Hey everybody, it's Kate, the West Coast Paper Crafter. It is Monday, April 15th, 7 p.m. my time. I am in East Souk, Vancouver Island, Canada, and tonight I'm going to show you another easy card design. So if you were in my in-person class yesterday, then you already know how to do this. But if you weren't, maybe this will be something new. So I'm going to flip the camera around and we will get started. All right, so I'm just going to move the camera over my workstation so you can see what I'm doing. And bring up comments on my laptop so I can see, well, on the video too, because that way I can make sure that my hands are in view. So, and I need to shut the volume off. There we go. All right, we're ready. Okay, so tonight I'm going to use the perennial postage stamp set. And I've also cut out a few pieces for the sentiment using the perennial postage dies. So if I'm correct, the perennial postage stamp set is retiring, but the dies are sticking around. So that's kind of strange. I would prefer that the dies and the stamp set stay, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Hey Cindy, thanks for tuning in. So we've got our basic card base. This is 5.5 by 8.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4 on the 8.5 side. I've got a piece of melon mambo. This is 3.5 by 4 3/4. I've got a piece of the Zinnia Designer Series paper. It is 3 by 2 3/4. And underneath my little pieces, I have another piece of Designer Series paper that's 3 1/4 by 1 7/8. Hi, hello Tanya. Hello Carolyn, thanks for tuning in. And then this white is just 4 by 5 1/4, and that I will glue to the inside of the card. So the first thing we're going to do is cut the Designer Series paper that is 3 by 2 3/4 into 1 inch strips. So I'm just going to make sure I've got it on the 3 inch side, and I'm just going to give it a quick couple of cuts. And then just because I like things to stay aligned, I'm going to keep them in order so I don't mix them up when I glue them. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to glue this piece, the 3 1/4 by 1 7/8, to the bottom of my melon mambo layer. And I want to give myself about, I would say, 1/8 of an inch border. Oh, my glue's not behaving. There we go. I've been getting a few comments on YouTube that I'm a little glue heavy. Sorry, not sorry. I like my glue. I'm glue heavy and I'm dimensional heavy. That's just the way I am. Funny story about YouTube. I post these videos. If you're watching on YouTube, I should clarify. I always go live on Facebook, and after my live, I upload the videos to YouTube because I have a hearing impaired crafty friend who can't get the closed captioning to work on my Facebook Live. So that's why I upload them to YouTube. Anyway, now all I'm going to do is glue these 3 strips down on my melon mambo. I'll start with the sides and then I'll glue the one in the middle. All right. So where was I? Okay, so yes, I post to YouTube, and I do that for my hearing impaired friend so she can use the closed captioning. And then I post it and I leave it and I forget about it. And on the weekend, Kai told me that I had a whole bunch of comments on these YouTube videos. And when I went to check my page, I had jumped from like 7 YouTube subscribers to I think almost 700. So I was a little bit shocked about that. All right, so now I'm just lining this up with the first piece of designer series paper on the edge, and then I'm going to do the other side with my misbehaving glue. I guess it's time for a new glue. Anyway, yes, lots of comments and lots of catch-up, and I had no idea that my YouTube page was growing, so that was a surprise. All right, now, if I've glued this down nicely aligned, then the middle piece should be a breeze. Gosh, sorry about the glue. I should have opened up a new one. It's been a day. All right, so now I've got these all glued down. And I was a little bit off with the top border, but it is fine. It is no problem. So now this layer looks like so. And what I'm gonna do is pop this onto the front of my card base, but I think I'm gonna add a little bit of linen thread before I do that. Well, Cindy, you go ahead and subscribe to YouTube, but it'll be the same videos you see on Facebook. But maybe I won't freeze up as much on YouTube, because I know I freeze up on Facebook for you. So there's more. If you're watching a replay on YouTube, I post more on Facebook, so come and check it out. I might be a little post happy on Facebook. I post probably at least once a day. I'm a little addicted. I'm not proud of it. In fact, when I was on spring break, the last week of spring break, when Kai and I were not road tripping, I had a notification on my phone that I was spending, I don't even know if I can say it, it's embarrassing, 6 hours a day scrolling various social medias on my phone. 6 hours a day. Oh, it's crazy. I can't believe it. So now that I'm back to work, I'm definitely not hitting 6 hours a day. All right, so I've just added some linen thread, and I don't like where my bow is, so I'm just finagling it a little bit until I have it the way I want it. All right. And then if it causes me more grief, I can always use a little glue dot to stick that down. All right, Cindy, I'm on board. Subscribe. I'll add another number, and I will try to pay attention. I thought it was so funny that I've just been posting these videos and forgetting about it, and then I've jumped from 7 to, I think, almost 700, but who knew? And I don't think I'm doing anything fantastic, so just easy card designs. All right, so now I'm just gluing this down, and I am squishing the glue so it sets with my fist, only because I got glue on my fingertips and I don't want to get glue everywhere. That is not, trust me, it's not my normal technique. But it worked really well, so maybe it should be. Okay, so today I think, where are my stamps? Oh, so there are a ton of different sentiments in the perennial postage. I am a little bit sad that it's retiring and its corresponding dies are sticking around, but that's okay, because I will always have this in my stash. And today is a big hugs kind of day, because I had one of those days that started out really good, and then I bummed myself out, and now I need a big hug. So there we go. It's a big hug card. I'm just going to use Gorgeous Grape and stamp that right in the middle, and then I'll layer it on another piece of the cardstock. Well, I can't remember the color of this. It literally escaped my mind. If anybody remembers the color of this cardstock I'm using, please tell me, because I've literally forgot. Yeah, wow. It is really one of those days. Can I blame this on perimenopause? I could stand up and go look at all my cardstock because I have it all labeled, but I'm not going to do that. Blackberry Bliss. It just came to me. Wow. I literally had a brain freeze. Holy smokes. Okay, so I'm going to layer this on my Blackberry Bliss. And I'm going to pop that up just over the linen thread on dimensionals, and I'm going to do it at a little bit of an angle, like so. And then I've already gone ahead and fussy cut some of the zinnia flowers out, and I will add those around this sentiment piece. I just hadn't decided where. I cut out, I don't know if you guys do this, but thank you, Wanda, Blackberry Bliss, and Cheryl, yes, and Cindy, and Tanya. You guys all know it's Blackberry Bliss, and I'm struggling. I'm not sure. I think that my computer is, the comments are lagging a little bit because it took me at least a minute to remember Blackberry Bliss, and you guys are all on top of it. So I digress. I'm sure you guys all do this too, but I like to use the corner pieces of, if I'm going to fussy cut pattern paper, I will use as much as I can, including the edges. So when I do that, then it's just going to be a flower that's going to be tucked in somewhere, so you don't even know it's not a whole flower. And that way I use as much as I can out of the pattern paper that I like to fussy cut. Like the Zoo Crew Designer Series paper that's retiring, that was one of my favorite pattern papers to chop up. There was just so many cute little critters. It's perfect for birthday cards and really fun cards. So, all right, now this one I think I will pop up. This is another one of those card designs that really doesn't take too long to do, and it's so simple, and it also works with pretty much any stamps, any papers. I think I put a dimensional in a place I don't want it, so I'm just going to remove that. Yeah, I'll put it like that. And just the tiniest bit of glue on the corner so it'll stick down onto my sentiment piece. I don't want to cover up my big hugs. There, just like so. And then I have one more. I think that one I'm just going to glue down flat, and then I'm going to add a little bit of gems. And the last thing I will do with this card is add in the inside layer. Actually, I'll do gems last. So, yes, I am glue heavy. I know this. YouTube viewers have pointed it out. I appreciate you all. But maybe I should have a disclaimer. I am not the world's best crafter, but I might be the world's okayest crafter. And I think, Carolyn, I think you and I should get together with our Cricut mug presses and make ourselves some world's okayest crafter coffee mugs. Oh, Cindy, today is would have been your 29th anniversary with your late husband. I didn't know that. When did you lose your husband? I'm sorry to hear that. 29 years is a long time. I'm sorry you didn't quite make it to that anniversary. All right. In hindsight, what I should have done was cut another flower and glued it right into the corner, but I might do that later. And all I want to do for this card is add some of the purple fine shimmer gems. And they have, I love this pack. I'm really glad these gems are sticking around. But I love this. I'm very sure this is Blackberry Bliss. So let's add some of those. And that is it. So quick and easy. Works on any papers you have. Oops, I lost it. Where did it go? Where am I going to put this one? I'll put it right here. Very versatile. All right, so that is it. Now I'll show you the card design that I did yesterday in my in-person class. It's just slightly different. Well, it's different in a lot of ways, but it's also different in the papers. So this is the one we did yesterday in the in-person class, and these strips I cut a little bit shorter so there is more of an even border. So I don't know if you can see in between these two pieces of paper there is a 1/8 border or space. And then this one, when I was cutting it, getting prepped for the class, I wasn't paying attention and I cut it a little bit too long. So there's no space, but I covered that up with the twine so you'd never even know. And I'll show you the rest of the cards we made. So I have a habit when I do design cards for a class, I'll always write out a little recipe card. It's got the measurements, it's got the instructions. I do this every time. Do my class attendees use the instructions? I don't think so, but that's okay because I still have them. So this one, we did a diagonal easel card with the Brood for You stamp set because this is also retiring, and this has been kind of my go-to masculine birthday card stamp and die set, so I've got a lot of use out of that one. Now this one, just super easy cardstock that's embossed, punch the oval out here and then fussy cut some of these flowers out of the, I think it is the Delightfully Eclectic Designer Series paper in the annual catalog. It's retiring and it's a really big pack of paper. If you haven't picked that up yet, there's a lot of different patterns and a lot of paper in that pack. And then the inside, I just fussy cut out more of the flowers and stuck them on that layer. And then we did another one, another fun fold with a gift card holder. And this we used the Share Milkshake stamp set and dies because this is also retiring, and same with the mask that I used, which I can't remember the name of it. But I tried to use mostly retiring products because I guess it's just my way of saying goodbye to all the fun things from last catalog. Oh, Cindy, 25 years ago, a heart attack at 42? That seems so young, man. And then lastly, this card, but you guys would have all seen that. I think we did that last Monday, or maybe it was this card. I know I did these two cards on one of the Facebook tutorials. So those are the cards from the class, and it is 7:20. I'm going to flip the camera around, and I think that's all I have. I wrote a note. Where did I put it? Oh yeah. So a couple things that are coming. Here's my note, April 28th. That will be my online class at 10 a.m. It is a Sunday morning, the last Sunday of the month. So I will post the Facebook event link in the comments after this video. If you haven't had a chance to join, you are more than welcome to. It is free for anybody, no matter where you live. And I will post measurements at least a week in advance so you have time to prep all your card kits. And I haven't designed the cards yet, so I don't know what I'm doing. Otherwise, I would already have those measurements posted. So I'm using the Latte Love Suite. You can use whatever stamp set you have. And if you are in Canada and you are my customer, or you would like to be my customer, if you place an order with me, you will get those card kits mailed out to you for free, so you do not have to do any of your own prep work. I call that my Make It Easy package, and all the details will be in the Facebook event So I will post that. And May 18th, I'm collaborating with Tanya, my good friend Tanya, the Canadian stamper, and we are having a crafty spring social. So there's still some spots, not many, but we still have a couple spots left, and that's going to be really fun. So that is $40 to register. Everybody's going to get $25 in product. There's going to be a goodie station where you make your own bookmarks with the in colors and make your own sample pack of designer series paper. There's going to be make and takes, prizes, games. Oh, what else? There's other things happening. I just can't think of it. It's like the Blackberry Bliss. It's totally slipped my mind. But it'll be really fun. So if you live close to us, or even if you don't and you feel like maybe jumping on the ferry and coming over and hanging out, it is going to be a really fun day. And there will be some treats too, because that kind of makes it for me, right? I like going places when there's some treats. So that's it for me. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it when you take the time out of your day to see what I'm up to, when you watch live and comment and engage with me. And I also love it when you hit replay. So say hello if you're on replay. Tell me where you're from. And if you're watching on YouTube and you're one of my new subscribers, you blew my mind because I had no idea that that page was even growing. So thank you for that as well. I'm just going to check my comments. No, where is that spider? This spider gets so much attention. This is a sun catcher my friend Cindy Rose made me. Cindy, you might remember, if you remember on Valentine's when I mistook you for Cindy Rose and I made some comments about getting chicken kisses. That's the Cindy that made me this sun catcher. So this spider gets lots of attention. It's not real. It is made out of beads. And I was telling Cindy at the class on Sunday that I get so many comments about the spider. And she said that she's got some really big ones. So we might be doing a trade for a really big beaded spider. This is all beads. And maybe I'll trade her one of my Cricut mugs if I get around to designing another one. So anyway, that is it. And I'm checking comments. Everybody have a very, very awesome night, and I will see you next week.